Hi, thank you so much for joining me today for day 6 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. And you can see the sketch there in the top right hand corner of the screen. Today's sketch is by Jacqie Malzahn, who is JQ Crafty here on YouTube. And the sketch is gorgeous. I've chosen a picture of my late mother-in-law with James a couple of weeks after he was born. So I've just cut the photo off screen into a circle. You didn't need to see that. I don't find it the easiest thing to do. And now I'm mounting it onto some fernwood paper. I thought this paper was perfect because it's just off black. It's that nice dark rich chocolatey brown that I've got in the sofa in the photo here, which seems to dominate quite a lot. I'm actually using the 49er Market Serenity collection for the rest of the layout, but I wanted that dark brown as the backing paper for that circle. So I've used my Tim Holtz distress tool to distress the edges of each of the papers. First of all, that fernwood paper, and then one of the Serenity papers from the 6x8 paper pad. And now I'm just rubbing through with speckled egg distress ink, Distress Oxide ink through this heart stencil, which is from the Vicky Bootin print shop range, just to create a little bit of interest to the background. You can see that on Jacqie's sketch we've got a two-tone, the circles and crosses at the bottom, and it looks like a pattern paper at the top. I didn't want to use pattern paper, so I'm just creating my own, if you like, with this stencil. And I'm going ever so slightly up on the left-hand side. You can see as I match up the hearts and move across to the left, it's slightly higher up there than it is on the right. So just positioning my photo again to check that I'm happy with that stenciling, which I am. And now I'm going to come in and create those beautiful circles that Jacqie's got behind the photo. So first of all, taking my pencil and marking exactly where that photo is going to go so that I can see where to put my circles. I'm going to come in with shimmers in Oaky Bear Blue. I think this is an Inklings actually. It's one of my favourite ones to use, and just going for it with these circles. I like the look of the brush strokes and the unevenness of it, so just adding circles as I go. And once that blue is dry, I'm then going to come in with the second colour, which is shimmers in Silver Bells. And when this first goes on, it looks almost translucent, but it does add a colour to the page. Once it dries, it is a silver colour that's added to the page. So just overlapping those circles and just going round inside and outside those blue ones that I've created to create this lovely wreath type effect around the circle, around the photo rather. So just making sure that shimmers is well mixed before adding the rest of my paint, and that's it. So now those wreaths are done, just checking that I'm happy with the placement of it because I wanted to bring the colour a bit inside those blues. I'm just going to mount my photo up onto these Sticks 2 foam pads. These are the 25mm foam pads that we sell on a roll at Haylook and Magpie, and they're fabulous. I really enjoy using these on my layouts. If you've watched me previously, you'll know that. So just going to get this stuck down, making sure that the photo is upright because Lottie's at a slight angle and James is at a slight angle, just making sure that I get things right. And then I decide that I'm actually going to copy what Jacqie's done at the bottom, and I'm going to put some X's and O's because I think that goes nicely with the photo. So just taking that Oaky Bear Blue again and using a thin paintbrush to create those X's and O's on the bottom. While I was waiting for that paint to dry, I pulled out a load of bits and pieces from the Serenity collection. These are all the laser cut leaves, and I've got some pale blue lace that I've had in my stash for years, which I want to bring into this as it's a baby photo. So I'm just going to start building up those layers and clusters at the bottom right hand side of the page. So I've got a JD3DPrint wood veneer word here. It's adorable. And that, of course, works perfectly with this photo. And I love the fact that it's a picture of him and now he's creating his own products for my scrapbooking pages. That's great fun. So just carrying on playing and working out the positioning of everything. I know that I'm going to pop these leaves up onto some foam pads just to create some dimension here. And I've added a flare badge from Hey Little Magpie that just says today. That's actually from the Winter Woods collection, but it works really nicely with this page as well. All the different tones of beiges and blues. So just having a play, trying to check that I'm happy with the leaves and that they'll show enough. And then I add a little butterfly here and a heart at the bottom there. And just playing around with the different pieces that I've pulled out. So I decided it's time to start sticking things down. So I want to rough up the edges of this ticket sheet. Again, these tickets are from the laser cut elements from Serenity. So gluing down that lace, just adding some white glue underneath so that it catches. It's a cotton lace, so it sticks really nicely. Checking that everything's straight with my T-square ruler. It's hard when you've got circles and a photo that's slightly offset to work out if things are straight. So using a T-square ruler is a great way of double checking that. So now just starting to glue everything down into place. I love that little heart button. That's again from the laser cut pieces. And now I'm going to have a play with the leaves. Oh no, first of all getting these tickets stuck down. Just checking that I'm happy with the positioning underneath that lace there. And then the title can go down on top of the lace. So just making sure that I use plenty of glue so that it soaks into the lace and catches. And now, as I say, I can turn my attention to these leaves, adding some foam pads behind the top leaves and leaving the bottom ones flat so that they adhere down underneath that photo. And then I get some height from the other ones. So just checking before I add the glue. So those two little ones will tuck neatly underneath the photo. And I love that. I love the way it just overlaps that flare badge and you get that dimension. So the same with this piece on the right hand side. This is a slightly paler blue. So again, the glue on the bottom piece that's going just underneath the photo and then foam pads above. And in fact, that more or less gets covered by the butterfly anyway. The bottom part of the leaves. So again, the butterfly's body needs to be added onto foam because there's so much dimension in that photo. So just getting that adhered down, and I really love the way that just overlaps the edge of the photo mat. So just checking that everything's stuck down. And then I shall keep adding pieces. I love this little heart, again from JD3DPrint that we sell at Hey Little Magpie and in our Etsy store as well. So adding 2 of those circle hearts, and I'm using the inner piece of the heart as well to embellish around the page. And then I found this banner piece that says right here, right now, and that nestles just perfectly underneath that title, Adorable. So that's going to be added there. I'm just having another play with the other bits and pieces, those wooden hearts and the butterflies. And then I can get those glued down as well. And I really do like keeping that MDF wood natural colour on this layout because it's the tones that we have in Serenity anyway. It just works perfectly. So nearly there now. I'm going to add some little pearls shortly in a silver colour. And this is another flare badge from the Boho Baby collection. That works beautifully with the little baby feet. So thank you very much for watching me today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Do check the description box down below where I've linked to my shop and my Etsy store, and also the playlist where everybody else who's playing along on this fun hop is listed. So you can just click play on that playlist and watch all day long. And every day more and more videos are being added as more and more sketches are released. So it really is great fun. Hours of watching, and I love seeing how everybody else interprets these sketches, because we all see things differently, so it really is wonderful. Thanks so much again, and I shall see you tomorrow for day 7. See you then. Bye.